Hey guys, Tanckx here, bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on Eindhoven country. Playing for today, spawning in the north, we've got Onimusha. Playing as US forces, straight away locking into Airborne. Throughout them is Estal'xile. Playing as US forces also, locking straight into Recon supporting an early squad of Pathfinders. So off against them in the south, we've got a Tanckx playing as OKW, who has Fortifications, Breakthrough, and Luftwaffe for ground forces. And finally we have Tanckx, I guess, playing as Ostheer, straight away locking into strategic reserves. Getting himself out some assault grenadiers. In terms of rankings, randoms all round, Onimusha around rank 100. Estal'xile around rank 150, Tanckx around rank 170, Tanckx around rank 100. So a pretty even matchup between the two teams here. I was isolated here, need to retreat, and they do. Got a new mouse pad today, so my mouse movements might not be quite as accurate as I get used to it. I've been flooding forwards. That screen's a little bit late coming around the corner. Oh, but here come the stern powers, and that is a full retreat from Estal'xile. And I think that was a fair enough retreat, honestly. He's about to get sandwiched between an assault grenadier and a stern pioneer, not where you want to be in the early game. I see, you know, instant pull the trigger on that retreat. I can respect that. Machine gun sets up. Pathfinders come around the corner. Ooh, and that's a sniper here from Tanckx. A little bit unexpected, given he's gone for a commando, or he's gone for assault grenadiers, and they don't have any snares, so it can be hard to keep your sniper safe against a light vehicle in the early game without Faust available. So it was a little bit risky. And of course, by going for a sniper, you do have to put tier 1 down, so it's not like you're getting out a super fast light vehicle to help protect your sniper either. So a little bit risky here from Tanckx, the early sniper. Also up against the Pathfinders. I think both players went for Pathfinders, right? They are pretty good at killing snipers as well, so it's a risky call here from Tanckx. See how he works it.
Captain just took the battlefield.
Okay, so it's a captain from Onimusha. Early ambulance from Estal'xile. And he still hasn't... No, he just started ticking his officer now. Man, that's a really late officer. Big mistake from him. But alright, we'll see how it goes.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Oh, Recon getting a flank on the sniper here, forcing the retreat. Oh, they're actually doing quite a lot of damage. There's a chance it would die there, not quite. No medics back here though for the healing, so it's going to be low health for quite some time. A little bit risky coming back onto the battlefield. Sandbags here helping attack Tanckx hold the line. And assault grenadiers here, not terribly good long range. Finding two Pathfinders now. I'll just start dropping models very quickly at this amount of health. Oh, switching targets. Look at how quickly they're going down. Tried to go for some assault grenades there, but man, not a good idea. They went down way too quickly for that to happen. Big big push on the right now from Estal'xile. And we're seeing Onimusha going for the AA half track. Forward ambulance as well from Estal'xile. Interesting tactic. Looking out alright from so far. Oh, senior grenade. I'm trying to go for the soft retreat there though. Just old-fashioned retreat. Pathfinder is very, very low here. I should maybe have microed them into that light cover that was nearby. Doesn't end up mattering too much. Could get the wipe here. Some lucky Pathfinder crits. No. But yeah, this would be a prime squad to return back to the ambulance for some healing. 4 models, less than half health. Pathfinders seem to be giving the Axis a few headaches here early on. Oh, we're seeing Tanckx go for half track of his own reinforcement. Interesting idea. It's going to be staring down the barrel of an AA half track. It's not going to have a good answer to it. Doesn't have a pack yet, and nowhere near the amount of manpower for that either. Similar story here for a Tanckx. Going for a machine gun now, doesn't have any answer to this A half track. It's not even like coming in at a super early time in here. Pretty standard time for the A half track, but the Axis without an answer. So they're going to be taking it for a while. Oh no, not going for the reinforcement, going for the flamer. So he's very, very invested into anti-infantry here. A half track not advancing. Okay, now it's coming around. Into the MG42. Sniper getting some shots on, but you can see Axis pushed all the way back right now. Pack coming in now for Tanckx. There we go, a half track getting some nice suppression in. He's closing in, maybe looking for the Faust, but a half track on the move, not going to allow that to happen. And Tanckx did go for barrel group, so no looks or anything coming through for the Axis. No light vehicles really going to come and bail them out. Looks like a Tanckx though, forcing away the US forces troops from the Axis fuel point here. So at least they have managed to fight back somewhat. And Recon drop coming through. Yeah, drop combat group coming in. Looks like he lost two paratrooper models. Dropping them in a congested zone there. A little bit of extra manpower cost on that drop. And it is a little more expensive than it used to be, right? 30 manpower more. Take another, what was that? 56 manpower onto that with those losses. But yeah, double pack outs is now for the Allies. It's going to be pretty strong. They do have the half track to try and keep them safe as well, act as a suppression platform. It's often the problem in these early game scenarios where a half track doesn't have enough defences to remain stationary, but it seems like it'll be okay for the Allies. And Estal'xile really setting up shop here outside his base, going for the beacon so he can reinforce his paras. That is crude with paratroopers. So it can defend itself a little bit. Ooh, paras go down there. Big mistake for Estal'xile.
They got wiped out.
In a decent position to fire on the half track. And now under fire itself. Recon is there though. Sniper opening up. Flame half-track coming across. Pack gets decrewed. The Recon is back there. Half-track unable to come in and finish the job. And half-track getting quite aggressive here, but Huffman not quite vet 1, so can't threaten the snare. So it's going to be just fine. And allies, I feel like, man, they should have way better map control than this, but they're actually behind in the VP game at the moment. A bit surprising. They did have that dominant period, though, covering the Axis fuel, so they should have a decent fuel lead, and especially Estal'xile should be in a pretty good position to tick. In fact, I think he's already got, yeah, major underway. Pretty close to a Sherman in terms of fuel, so that's going to be a lightning quick Sherman. We're closing the distance here, but another STG squad comes around the corner. Oh, we've got suppression back there as well. But Pakawi is right there. Should be really effective against those units behind cover. In fact, it looks like they're making a dash for the Pakouts now, going after the support weapons. I've forced them off. More troops arriving though, keeping them safe. Oh, Onimusha managing to go for the steal on the decrewed pack over there. How long was that decrewed for? Pretty sure I saw Tanckx with the Pyro squad near it as well. Could have got the recrew. I think he went for the repair on the Flame half-track instead though. Bit of a mistake. And now stolen pack for Onimusha. He's very heavily invested though. Went for a second pack out, so I feel like that is a bit of an overinvestment. Being said, usually pack outs doesn't end up getting counted until rocket artillery arrived, and given that we don't see mechanized to attack carrot, probably means rocket artillery quite a long way off still this match. So maybe the pack outs will have some time to accumulate the kill counts. But yeah, if they had gone for mechanized, this would be a really good time for a fast walking Stuka. Both of the allies are playing with quite a lot of support weapons here. Be plenty of targets for them. And once again, somehow Axis getting control of all the VPs here. Very, very surprising. Well, the Allies should have a much better map control situation than they do. Also did see Estal'xile go for Greyhound at an unusual timing. He was right there for a Sherman. But yeah, went for the Greyhound instead. Very confusing option. Definitely should have gone for the Sherman. Not adapting his build to the game state here. Oh, T-gun connecting. Hey, half-track in trouble. Down it. I mean, flamer half-track rather. Down it goes. Yeah, half-track coming in though. Fresh pack for Tanckx pushing up. Ooh, bar down. I think that was on a Pathfinder squad and it ended up getting dropped. I don't think he lost a squad.
300 points remaining.
That's the thing with the Pathfinders from the Airborne company. They've got 2 of the scope rifles, so they are quite prone to dropping those. Oh, and 3 cluster bombs coming through. Don't do too much though. Attack carrot pushes forwards, doesn't end up taking too much damage. Very close to the pack out. Oh, it's not firing at this. Right, and the machine gun and got the decoy on it there, okay. Greyhound coming around the corner. But man, he hasn't really got that much value out of it. Very slow. Still only 1 kill, not even there 1 yet. Oh, comes in for the canister shot. Some pretty good damage that time. But largely, I don't think the canister shot is particularly good. It's a munitions cost. Can be okay though if you're really going for those wipes. If you're strapped for munitions, you might look elsewhere. And once again, Axis with the triple cap. Allies, I feel like they should have far superior map control, but is not the case here. Especially Estal'xile really needs to push out to this far VP. Oh, P4 comes through and gets a nasty shot in. British one go down. Oh boy, it's after a great start. 7 kills and 2 shots. Gun is nearby. Not activating the AP ammo though. Oh, still manages to penetrate. Activates the AP ammo now. And misses. Either way, did force back the Panzer IV. The machine gun upgrade now. The T-gun pushing up a little bit slow, bringing it up. Oh, and the P4 gets another money shot. 12 kills now on that. After a tremendous start. Bouncing. A little bit of trouble, but the Greyhound is there. Oh boy, D-crew on the AT gun. P4 could come back in. In fact, it is coming back in. Oh, big canister shot. That was a good one. 2 squads clumped up. Goes for the recrew with the Pathfinders. Very expensive. Oof. Oh, but it's going down fast as well. P4 circling. Oh, he gets the Greyhound kill. Now he wants the AT gun kill, but no, AT gun comes in from the side from Onimusha. P4 blitzing away to safety, however. That was a close call. Whew. Overall, though, Estal'xile just took a hammering there. Lost a bunch of models. That P4 got off to a roaring start, and we got one on the outside from Tanckx as well. Options commander, the Panzer IV-J. Pre-equipped with the skirts for Ostheer. He's coming in, he wants to get the kill on the half-track. And he does. Recon connects, P4 with the follow-up shot. I mean, we should have seen that coming. P4, like maybe should have heard that through the fog of war. Recognise what was happening there. Got the AA half-track out of there a little bit earlier. And just like that, Axis, I'd say now, take the lead in terms of armies after those last 2 engagements. But in terms of PopCap, it's maybe back in the Allies' favour. Just seems like the Allies are not terribly effective at positioning their team weapons so far. And certainly not especially Estal'xile, like, needs to get this VP under control. Man, just never branching out that far. It's a huge mistake. Fighters coming in from the side. Really needs the pack outs to support though to fight off this elite OKW infantry, especially with no bars equipped. Those riflemen, they're no longer able to hold the line effectively. And you know, having gone for a Jackson here and lost a Greyhound, doesn't have a terribly good answer to the OKW infantry right now. T-gun bouncing 2 shots. Oh wow, he went for another Greyhound. And I think I heard a P4 go down over here. Jackson, double AT guns. And Tanckx loses Panzer IV, and he has teched. Has gone for the Werfer, okay. Maybe slightly unlucky timing for him on that. Probably would built another tank. An opportunity, but Panzerwerfer should be very, very strong against the double pack houses, double AT guns. Plenty of good targets for it. Oh, this is very close though. Maybe even in range of the AT gun. Doesn't decrew either of them. Quite a lot of health damage, but only 3 kills. Jackson coming forwards here. On P4 hunting. And he gets the kill. Could go down in response though. Pack is there. Oh, P4 out of control gets in another hit. And if the Jackson was going to make it away, I think it was actually. I think it was. That reminds me of that meme I made the other day. Out of control, lands the killing blow. Well, maybe it wasn't the killing blow, but it basically was. Without that extra shot from the out of control tank, I think the Jackson would have got out of range there. For any follow-up. It's a little bit unlucky. But, you know, whatever. It's a pretty even trade. OKW P4 for a Jackson. Similar costs. Not the end of the world. Tanks are floating a lot of manpower here. I wonder what he would go for even now. I can understand why he's a bit uncertain about what to buy. He's got a pretty decent army base. Could go for another machine gun, just like, oh, he's already done it. Popped on a VP. Another one in the center though could also be helpful. So being forced away there. If they're coming through. Well, gone for the center, but Captain with the speed bonus there gets out before taking any damage. Double Pyos charging down the Pathfinders. Oof. Back how he's coming in. Ooh. Some big hits. Okay, Sherman now for Onimusha. And finally, Estal'xile did branch out to the far VP. Now back in Axis hands. Oh, calling in the MA3 cluster bombs. These will come in really fast this close to the edge of the map. But attack carrot on the ball. Dodges that nicely. Oh, Sherman coming in range. Tanckx, I think he heard that in the fog, and Onimusha had gone for an attack ground attempt there, hoping to get a lucky shot on the sniper.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
Pack pushing forwards, and a second pack coming in for Tanckx. I think that's a good choice with the arrival of the Sherman now. Oh, howitzer in the back for attack carrot. He's gone for fortifications. And I think this is some of the first action we've seen from that commander. I don't think we've seen any air spines from the Fault Grenadiers with support weapons for Onimusha on the run here. Try to avoid that howitzer fire. Seems to have got to a safe zone. Also gone for Grenadier. I was going to say maybe you should go for a Grenadier just to have the option for the snare. Looks like he agrees. He has gone for tier 4 as well, so he's going to have those bonuses applied. Coming through. Estal'xile kind of dodges with the wrong units, was targeting the machine gun. Could lose it here. Not. Foster's coming down from the pack, Howie. And coming back in with the Greyhound behind that, trying to inflict a little bit more bleed. Oh, we got a Panther from Attack Carrot. Kitten coming out from base. Another Jackson for Estal'xile. Okay, Sherman does force a retreat on those squads, but takes 2 shots pack in the process. Okay, Panther going Greyhound hunting. Next, decides not to chase in any further. The T-gun is there, but Estal'xile is quite slow with repositioning this. Didn't move it around that entire engagement there. That's why I'm always a big fan of having T-guns on control group. So you can always bring them in on those kind of situations. They're so often pushing up with your AT gun, having it there in support makes the difference in those engagements. Oof, gets decrewed there. Those V2 Obers spraying it down so quickly. Now going after the pack, yeah, that's dropping fast. And yeah, gets the decro on that as well. Ober's having a field day here. The T-gun gets recrewed. Oh, howitzer fire coming in now behind this. Attack carrot. Ooh, this could be nasty. Jackson's back there. MA3 cluster bombs coming in on the infantry. Attack carrot quick to retreat. Takes almost no losses. Ooh. FH getting the wipe there. Our finder's down. Didn't even notice, but we've got a fuel cache down there for Estal'xile. That was a little bit close. Too close for comfort. Bars pushing through the middle. Panther coming in looking for the harass, but double AT guns mobilizing for Onimusha. Panther on the run. Ooh, back alley connecting with the sniper, very, very low. Could go for the shot. Oh, doesn't even need to. So Grenadiers take care of that. Now they're charging in on the rifles. Sprinting forwards. Oof. Right here doing some damage. Not wanting to get too close and risk the snare from the rifleman. Okay, now he is. And he's going to take the snare. Where's the Jackson at? Freshly repaired. But I think it's a little bit too risky to come charging over here and hope to get the kill. But yeah, the infantry for Estal'xile really struggling with no bars. Kitten is there. Jackson in a bit of trouble. It's out in the nick of time. Onimusha seems to have won the fight on his side.
Sherman ready to go.
For now, oh boy. Tiger Ace for Tanckx. So it's quite a lot of anti-tank, 2 AT guns, a bazooka rear shot, and a Jackson should be able to deal with this ace. I'll find his spot it coming and get out of there. Ooh, 2 camo units right next to each other. Oh, the Pathfinder's spot. The worth a long range allow the AT gun to get the kill. There we go. Camouflage working out well for Onimusha. So showing the same area again. Going after the Greyhound again, but the Jackson is right there. Ooh. Scott went down. Oh, it's abandoned. Oh, we got zeroing artillery coming down. We also have MA3 cluster bombs coming down on the far side out here. Onimusha needing to get out of the zone here. And is. Looks like we got some Volksgrenadier corpses down there. Looks like maybe a squad went down. P4 attack carrot. He's done a pretty good job of dodging them up until this point. Oh! Okay, it's just the abandoned one. I don't think getting aggressive here, feeling confident with the zeroing artillery being down. Another squad of paratroopers coming down. This time for Onimusha, however. Oh, he's picked up a second tank here. Oh! Ooh, Jackson. Oh, P4 misses the killing blow. Jackson's going to be able to get away now. And come the P47s. P4 wanting to finish off the Jackson, but could be his undoing. Oh boy, this Panzer IV, a little bit clumsy, but I think it's going to make it out alive. Extremely close call there. Kind of lucky that P47's targeted one on the Tiger, one on the Panzer IV. If they're both on the Panzer IV, would have gone down there. Okay, I'm going for the base barrage this time. But overall, crisis averted. Jackson got away safe. So did the Panzer IV, so no major losses on either side. Just ripping in here, another drop bar. Panther back up to full. Ooh. Hit. You get the ambo? Oh, not sure what he got. Maybe a retreating squad? I'm not sure.
The capture point is being overrun. Enemies are swarming one
I
of
hear
our
the
emplacements.
double packs quite far forwards here.
We've lost a fighting position.
Sherman could have swooped in there and got some kills. Just with Tigris back here still awaiting repairs. Tanckx, you know, having our teammate repair his tanks first. Tigris still not at full strength. There we go, Nexus forced off the middle, also capping on the left, so the drain back on the allies are down to 100. I feel like the control, map control should be a little bit stronger than this. Okay, Sherman on the far side. Oof. All packs coming up. Missing the first shot. And only getting one hit of damage in. Jackson quite far back, but coming forwards now. Oh, but the Howitz is shelling this area. Onimusha gonna have to be careful. Okay, AT guns connecting with the Tiger. And so is the Jackson. A lot of damage onto the Ace. He's blitzing out to safety. Sounds pretty close. There was AT guns there. Double Jackson's thinking about switching sides, it looks like, for Estal'xile. Greyhound actually doing some nice work there, clearing off the overs from the VP. Is vulnerable now to the Panzer IV though, with double Jacksons on the other side of the map. Going hunting after the 222 though, curious. A3 cluster mines coming in. Oh. Ooh, missing the killing blow, but he's got the blitz on. Gets in there for another shot, gets the kill. Jackson's coming around the corner now, but P4 quick to pull back. And yeah, that rotation of the Jacksons for Estal'xile not working out. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, sniper in trouble. Could go down very easily here. I don't think you should be running and gunning with the Pathfinders. Oh, there we go, gets the kill. Okay, so sniper finally went down, but Tanckx had a good run with that sniper, keeping alive for over half an hour. That was well controlled, especially with so many camouflaged Pathfinders running around the map. It would be very easy to have lost it. Tanckx has gone for another Werfer though, by the way. That's the one that went down over here earlier. 3 kills on that so far. Just doing some capping now. They're down to 84. Double overs. That's a scary sight. Estal'xile just doesn't have an answer to the infantry right now. He lost his Greyhound. He's going for another Greyhound. Wow. 3 cluster bombs coming through again, but easily dodged by Tanckx. You know, to some extent I can understand spamming these over getting weapon upgrades, but you've got to use them in the right scenarios, you know, just throwing them out when there's like nothing else going on the entire map. Very unlikely to find their mark in those kind of scenarios. If it doesn't quite get the wipe there on that Vet 2 pack, it's almost Vet 3 as well, that would be really nice to clear the veterancy on. A little bit unlucky. 4 kills now on that. The drain back on the Axis there. Still pretty comfortable though, sitting just under 250. Nice, spitting out some good long range damage there. Very close to Vet 2 now, almost got the range bonus. Heading forwards with the assault greens. Pack for Tanckx, quite far forwards here. Okay, pulls it back quickly. But yeah, I would like to see maybe some ace mines on the far side for Tanckx to try and hold that VP. Very, very effective. Bit of a shame not to see those. Oh. Double Jacksons, find the Panther. CM83 cluster bombs again, but this time almost nothing in the zone. It was on the far edge. Scatter is actually pretty good for that though. Could easily have hit a lot less than that. So shelling the pack howitzers. Recruit AT gun. Whose is that though? To the center. Ooh, Pathfinder's just surviving. Maybe, oh, no, he reacts in time. Double Jackson's over here, AFK. You see Estal'xile at the limits of his unit control right here. Should we bring out the Jacksons in support? Mobilizing them now, but they could have already been down here slamming away at this Panzer IV. Now the Panther has arrived. Jackson missing, connecting. Snare coming through. No, no snare. The Panther's going to be able to get out. And loses a squad on the far side to the Panzer IV. Still having trouble with the multitasking right now. Before coming in from the side, but still double Jacksons here. They just need to land one shot each. They do not. Either way, access forced all the way back. Tanckx is still awaiting repairs. And that was in a nice, comfortable position here. Howitzer got off to a decent start, but it just has not got any further kills for a very, very long time. Tanckx down a little bit. For coming forwards. Get the wipe on some of these AT guns. Is going to get that M1. Nice pick off. Coming forwards for the kill, hopefully. The packs. Getting forced off the far side. Ober's vetted up now. They've got a bar as well as their LMG 34. These paras do not stand a chance. On the far side, Jackson's getting some rear armor shots in here. He's pushing through the center, hoping to capitalize on that decrew pack. M1 rather. And you know, Tanckx has been pretty active with the howitzer, constantly looking for opportunities, but just not getting those lucky hits. Oh, this could be a nasty canister shot scenario. Some munitions for it actually. Oh, P4 coming forwards, goes down quickly to the Jackson. And they're having to abandon the chase. Oh, there we go. Gets the kill. Knocks out the pack howitzer. Stupid barrage coming through. Was that a squad down? Was that re-echelon down? I think it was. Decent now walking Stuka barrage there. It definitely is more reliable than the howitzer, I would say. Getting those wipes. Does mean that Tanckx is going to have to be very careful with his Panther positioning though. Going to have to make sure that's escorted by a Recon at all times, because otherwise he could get overrun by the double Jacksons. Panther is not safe. Okay, he's pushing through the center. Just in control of the VPs, drain back on the allies. They are on the far side. Panther heading out that direction. Jacksons are nearby though. And come the P47s for Onimusha, trying to clear a path through the center. Going after the pack howitzers. P47's connecting with the ace. Not too much damage. But does get the decro on one of those packs from Tanckx. If he can come in and get the kill on that, that will be really nice. Oh, double Jackson's getting aggressive. And the Werfer goes down. Did that go down to the Jacksons or did that go down to the P47s? It looks like it was the P47s. Yes, he brought it into the attack circle there. Big mistake. And now cash going down for Tanckx. Oh man, big error there. Another Werfer down for Tanckx. Not afford those kind of losses at this stage of the game. 47's are down. 222 getting the kills, it sounded like. And it's not super effective at anti-air, but it's okay. I don't think I would generally recommend getting it for anti-air duties only though. Maybe if you need it for spotting scopes, make it a little bit more sense, but think I'll be building a 222 specifically for anti-air duties. Pretty good walking Stuka barrage there, nearly wipes out the rifleman, grazing damage onto the AT guns as well. And so far the Tanckx Ace hasn't been a monster, only 12 kills. It's been on the battlefield for quite some time as well. A lot of damage from the double AT guns and the Jacksons. It's unable to really get going. Or was that the Werfer or was that Walking Stuka? No. I think it was a Werfer, right? Yeah, this one. Didn't have any kills before that barrage. Second guessing myself there. Oh! Panther against the double Jacksons. This could be the end. For the kill, Panther blitzing. He's got a couple mines back here. There we go. Panther goes down. That's what I was talking about. Honourable to the double Jacksons. Recon not nearby, forced away. And I think with that, the Axis are just so far behind. He's gone for a King Tiger, but in some scenarios I can agree with the King Tiger. When you're already facing two Vet 3 Jacksons, I just don't think this is going to work out. It's too slow. It's going to take a tremendous amount of damage to be forced off for repairs. But he does have quite a lot of manpower spare. Could go for double Recons, which he really needs to help tame those Jacksons. At the moment, the Axis are draining VPs like crazy.
We have 100 points remaining.
AT going forwards. Tiger Ace on the other side. Pat, Tiger weak point. Could have been really nice there. Oh, big walking Stuka barrage. No, it's coming out to the other side. Good damage. May 3 clusters coming through. Oh. AT slowed. But did manage to take down one of the Jacksons that are kitten there, making the difference. AT pulling back. Another Jackson instantly though for Estal'xile. Oh boy, he tried to bring the King Tiger back in on low health. One shot from death now. Luckily the Jackson too slow. Coming in for the kill. Oh, Ace blitzing forwards. And then blitzing away. And Axis just unable to get the VPs under their control now. Carrot having to go for another squad of Sturmpires now. Desperately needs those repairs.
is ready for action.
But yeah, really, Tanckx needs that second Recon. It'll give the KT so much more freedom to shoot at infantry rather than constantly having to worry about the double Jacksons.
We have fallen to 25 points.
25 EPs left. Can the Axis get something done here? KT still needs so many repairs. I just don't see it happening. I think they're just going to drain out here. Making a dash for the center. M83s. Going back in for the cap. Ace coming forwards aggressively. Neutral in the center, but not going to be able to get either of the flanks. And the Axis are going to drain out here. Nice abuse. Not sure if I saw any abuse this game. Maybe just upset that his Tiger Ace wasn't that effective. Really, I think the issue here was Tanckx losing his Werfer 3 times, was it? That was really, really bad. His packs got caught out of position a couple times, ended up losing them. That was also tough for him. And yeah, just late game, you know, sometimes these assault grenadiers just don't quite hold up. Didn't really have any long range firepower after the sniper died anymore, which caused him a few headaches. As for attack carrot, he played pretty well. He had the just super long dry spell with the howitzer, just didn't hit anything for, must have been like 20 minutes, despite him, you know, microing from side to side, trying to target whatever opportunities he saw. Just didn't hit anything. That can just sometimes happen with the howitzers. And then ultimately, yeah, I think he should have gone for a second Recon. Should have helped against the double Jacksons. As for Estal'xile, really late branching out to this VP in the early game. Should have been capping that a lot earlier, and you can see the limitation on his micro. Doesn't quite have the excellent late game control. Seems to have trouble multitasking. But overall, good game. I'll wrap on that, guys. If you like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye, and good luck.